Hey y'all, so this summer I flew to Tulsa, Oklahoma to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the Black Wall Street Massacre. It was historic, emotional, and a moment in history that should always be remembered. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy.
I mean, we were walking over here and I was like, can you believe 100 years ago this entire area was being bombed by people that were supposed to be in place to protect us, but they were literally being bombed, being attacked for almost 24 hours straight, and they had no protection, no safety. And so to be able to stand in this area right now with all these beautiful black and brown faces and be able to gather here and feel some sense of safety and security, it's almost, I don't know, it feels undeserving in a sense, but it also feels empowering that we have to move forward. We have to make sure that we are building upon the legacy that was left here and that we're creating opportunity for people to come after us and that they understand what Tulsa is and what Tulsa will be.
That was Ionia Casey on the importance of Tulsa in American history. If you're unfamiliar, in 1921 on May 31st, white mobs rioted and terrorized the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma. What was once known as Black Wall Street, a booming and bustling black neighborhood, was erased by violence. Hundreds were killed, more than 1,200 homes were destroyed, and the thriving black businesses were gone. Sadly, even 100 years later, the Greenwood district still hasn't recovered. It's considered one of the worst racial attacks in American history. But the biggest loss, never knowing how that prosperous area could have changed the world. 100 years later, thousands flocked to Tulsa to observe the horrific tragedy and remember those we lost. On those 2 days of violence, family history was permanently changed. I flew in May 31st and it rained just about every day I was there. It was gloomy for most of the week. After getting the rental, I drove straight to Greenwood, and while walking up to the area, in the ground are metal plates that will tell you the business that was destroyed and if it reopened. I then run into Preston neighbors, a few years younger than me, but very much aware of the magnitude the week held.
I came to know about it probably a couple years ago, just throughout the history of Oklahoma. And I definitely don't feel good about it. It's something Oklahoma has done, and I feel like tried to suppress kinda and not tell the truth about it. But with more recognition and stuff, hopefully more things will come, and reparations or whatever the help people need from it. Well, I hope everyone down here and the survivors got some bit of joy or some bit of hope that something will come and this will be more of a talked about and truthful subject in the future.
I took photos of the murals in the area, popped in on the storefronts, and noticed there's a feeling of hurt and overwhelming sadness. Ironically, there are countless people that didn't have any knowledge of the massacre before the anniversary, but made the effort to soak up as much knowledge as possible. And even with the information out there, it's still a lot to process. Baba Kwame Chakwe and Cynthia Crawford Bell drove up from Houston and explained what this journey means to them.
I had never heard of this, and I come here to find out what happened. And what I'm finding out is more than what I could have thought about. I couldn't conceive of, and I'm glad I'm here. Very educational, very moving, heartfelt. My heart goes out, not just to Greenwood, but to all of us all over the country. It's still here. It's still here. It's still happening.
Yeah.
The burning, maybe not a whole big area, but several areas make up a whole area. So it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot for me to take, and it's just a lot. And I'm glad I'm here. Yeah. Thank you.
And for me, Brother White, the reason why I wanted to be here, and I needed to, I was drawn here through our ancestors. And to know that my people have always taken little or nothing and done the greatest with. 40-some years, 1865 to 1921. That's less than 75 years. My math is correct. 35 in the 19th century and 21 years in this century. That gives about 50-some years. Out of chattel slavery. Nobody gave us a manual. Nobody gave us any reparations. We didn't get no healing from nobody. Yet we went about, and it's not like we wanted to be with these white oppressors. We've never wanted to be with them. That's all the propaganda that happened during the so-called civil rights era. But I wanted to come here and pay homage to the ones who are responsible for me and you for being here.